Please, I never move a motion for adoption of vote and proceedings of October 19th. Member representing the people of Ghana.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My name is Lawrence Ubeji, member representing the people of the state constituency. Right after the second motion, I will be moved to my brother, member representing the people of the associate.
Thank you very much. The motion has been moved and seconded. That this house will not be voted and proceeding of Thursday, October 19, 2023. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. Accordingly, the vote and proceedings of Thursday, October 19, 2023 is hereby adopted. We have the house here.
Thank you very much, the Right Honourable Speaker. My name is Umo Eno, and I represent the very people of this state constituency, including His Excellency the Governor of Akwa State. The Speaker, the next item on our order paper is a message from the Governor. We may direct the fact to this and revolution state.
And I'm glad you have any message from the Governor.
Yes, Speaker, we have two messages from the Governor.
Go ahead.
The first one, Office of the Governor of Ibom State, went to the last way. Letter number GHU, AKHA, from S to 104 to S, from 10 to 218 of 17 November 2023. The Honourable Speaker applied the State House of Assembly. Dear Mr. Speaker, sir, 2024 Appropriation Bill. Pursuant to Order 7 Rule 2, Sub 1 of the Standing Order of the Final State House of Assembly, and formally the above bill for your consideration and passage into law, kindly acknowledge receipt, signed, Pastor Moyo, Governor of Akwa State. Second one, Office of the Governor, Akwa State. Wellington Passway, letter number GHU, AKS from S, to 104, to S, volume 10, letter number 217, of 20 November 2023. The Honourable Speaker, Akwa State House of Assembly Complex, New. My dear Speaker, presentation of 2024 estimates of appropriation bill to the Akwa State House of Assembly. Pursuant to Section 121, Subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, and Order 7, Rule 2, Sub 1 of the Standing Order of Akwa State House of Assembly, I hereby notify the Honourable Speaker and members of Akwa State House of Assembly of my intention to appear before the House and present the 2024 estimates and appropriation bill as follows. Date, Tuesday, 21st of November 2023.
Honorable members, we have all heard the message of the Excellency Governor. I therefore want to remember the movement of the Honorable House to receive the message for consideration. The Deputy House.
Thank you very much, Director Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, may I move that two messages from the Governor that have just been read, that the clerk of this Honorable House be received by this Honorable House for further legislative action. Thank you very much, Mr.
Speaker.
I represent the yes,
thank you. Honorable, the motion has been duly moved and seconded that this House will receive the message from the Excellency the Governor of Akwa State for consideration. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. Therefore, the House has received the Governor's message of deliberation. The House leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The next item on our paper is the announcements. You may do so here. Thank you very much.
No announcements.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The next item on our paper is petition. I can see the Chairman Judiciary for once to have petitions today. Thank you very much.
Chairman Committee of Judiciary, Justice and Human Rights and Public Petition. Please present your petition, if any.
Mr. Speaker, I represent Mr. Nephew, I represent the Ibom Center. There is no petition to speak on.
No petition. Please, the House will now continue.
Thank you, Director Speaker. The next item on our order paper is item number 6, order of the day. Presentation of the 2024 estimates stroke appropriation bill to the Appropriation House of Assembly by the Excellency Pastor Umo Eno, Executive Governor of Akwa. Mr. Speaker, I'm aware that the Excellency is in the premises and relying on our standing orders, Order 12 will bring, which gives this House and these House chambers the powers to admit strangers onto the floor of this Honorable House. And that goes to the Speaker. May I move the motion that the mace be lower and the sanctity of this House, and that the sergeant at arms will please escort His Excellency and his entourage onto the floor. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Deal with and second.
Mr. Speaker, I still remain the Chief of this House. Mr. Speaker, I never second the motion approved by the Committee.
Honorable members, we have removed and used the that this House will allow strangers and our governor to come to the floor of the House. Those in favor say aye. Those against. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I call on the Sergeant of Arms to lower the mess and invite His Excellency into the chamber. In doing that, the Deputy Speaker, Chief Whip, and the Deputy House Leader escort His Excellency into the chamber.
Chair.
No, I'll take it. Let me still do my work.
Just those formats we can sit down.
Now the operation to bring in His Excellency the Governor of Akwa State, Pastor Umo Eno, sir.
You are very free to bring this. Go ahead. the national anthem. Honorable members and the people of Akwa Ibom State, we have in our chambers His Excellency Pastor Umo Eno, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, as well as members of the Institution Council in our midst. This visit is critical because it is the first visit he is making in the head Assembly. Happily welcome His Excellency and His entourage in the other chambers of Akwa Ibom State. I did on record how God has continued to use His Excellency as a moment to change the narrative of our state through Arise agenda. Why thanking you, His Excellency, for coming. Excellency, believe me, to respectfully invite you to address this House and let the 2024 budget proposal for consideration in accordance with Section 121 of the 1999 Constitution as amended of the Federal Republic as amended. Excellency, you have
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, distinguished Senator Dr. Mrs. Akwa, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Udemo Tong, Your Excellency, the DG of our campaigns, Ambassador Assam, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, distinguished senators and members of the House of Representatives, including the former speaker and all other former speakers that have joined us today. The chairman of our party, the PDP in Akwa Ibom State, State Working Committee of our party, and the ESCO of our party. The Honorable Deputy Speaker and other principal officers and members of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, and former honorable members that have joined us here today. The Secretary to the State Government, the Head of the Civil Service, honorable commissioners, special advisors, honorary special advisors, and other aides of the governor that have joined us here. The leader and members of Congress of the former legislature, captains of industries, chairmen of boards and commissions, especially the chairman and members of the Assembly Service Commission, permanent secretaries, heads of extra-ministerial departments, senior citizens, chairmen of local government councils and members of council, members of the academia, senior citizens of Akwa Ibom State, members of the political class, labor leaders, members of the professional bodies, our spiritual fathers, fathers of faith, fathers in faith, specially invited guests, members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pay special recognition to members of my family that have also joined me here this afternoon to give the needed moral support. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, I stand here today in this hallowed chamber to fulfill a constitutional and cardinal responsibility of my office, to present the estimates of revenues and expenditure for the fiscal year 2024. Let me, on behalf of the executive arm of government, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and all honorable members of this great 8th Assembly for the cooperation you have extended to me so far, as we work painstakingly to arise to fulfill the dreams of our forebears, nourished and to have a great, prosperous, united, and all-inclusive Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker and the honorable members, this is a little emotional for me because this is the first time I'm appearing before you as the governor of this land of promise. I want to thank God who has made this possible through the instrumentality of our people in Akwa Ibom State, our great party, the PDP, the campaign council, headed by His Excellency Chief Assam, all of the fathers in faith, and indeed the entire evangelical community in this state, men and women in the rural areas, the various groups for their support, that support that they gave me, leading to my overwhelming victory at the March 18th, 2023 gubernatorial polls. Without that support, I will not be standing here before you. So I owe you a debt of gratitude as I stand here. Let me also pay very sincere tribute to my lovely wife and my children who have had to stand by me and endure all through the period of campaign and even in governance for their great sacrifice. I'd like to reassure them of my love and commitment to a united family as we discharge the onerous task of governance and service to our people. Let me at this point also thank the President and Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his fatherly disposition towards all. Not too long ago, I had the privilege to be invited to travel with His Excellency the President to the United Nations General Assembly. It was indeed my first time of having such opportunity, and I learned a lot. But that also, beyond anything else, demonstrated the fatherly nature of the President in working with all state governors across party lines. I'd like to also thank the President for supporting our sons and daughters The Senate President is from Akwa Ibom. I'd like to thank the President for supporting him to become the Senate President. I'd like to thank him for appointing our sons into office to serve in his cabinet. Let me also thank, at this point, the Senate President, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, who himself, a former governor, has pledged to work harmoniously with us to ensure that we extend the frontier of development and bring dividend of democracy to our people. I'd like to especially thank my political father, Mr. Udom Gabriel Emmanuel, for the work he did for Akwa Ibom and for seeing in me what others may not have seen, supporting my aspiration and candidacy and standing by me to ensure that I become the governor today. I'd like to thank him for his mentorship role and his continuous support till date. Let me at this point pay glowing tribute to a man we refer to as the father of modern Akwa Ibom, architect Obong Victor Atta, who incidentally turned 85 just a day ago. And on behalf of the government and people of Akwa Ibom State, we extend to this great icon of Akwa Ibom our warm birthday felicitations. We'd like to thank him for the role he played in the resource control, laying the foundation for what all of us now enjoy. I believe that together we will arise and raise our state to such an enviable level that will be the pride of this nation and indeed the black world. We have the will, we have the resolve, we have the passion, and we know above all that God is with us. Let me again congratulate the new honorable members and the returning members to the House of Assembly and to pledge our readiness to work collaboratively with you without rancor or acrimony. As co-leaders in the service of our dear state and our people, I know that we may have some disagreement once in a while. I plead that whenever such issues may arise between us, we should endeavor to resolve them with an open heart, candor, and brotherly disposition. We must remain resolutely committed to serving our people, ensuring sustainable development, and raising our standard of living for our people. Akwa Ibom is one state that have been blessed with great leaders over time, and together we must resolve to raise the bar in our own dispensation. Success of one is the success of us all. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this great assembly, our governance philosophy is predicated on the 5 critical pillars of development that are expressly captured in our RISE agenda: agricultural revolution, rural development, infrastructural maintenance, security management, and educational advancement. So far, on assumption of office, we hit the ground running, and in a little over 5 months, we have translated the vision in practical and measurable terms. We are ready to ignite agricultural revolution, and to practically demonstrate this, we signed an agreement with the Songhai Farms in Cotonou and internationally renowned farm operators, and we took a trip. Today, we are ready to start the first of such model farms in Akwa Ibom State. And this is going to happen in Ibom, which, because that is the first local government that donated over 50 hectares of land to us as a government. I urge other local government council chairmen to expedite the process of that donating lands to us so that we can continue the laudable program in agriculture. We believe that as a state, we must be able to provide food security for our people. The lessons of the COVID-19 is something we must draw from and ensure that we are able to provide our own food. I thank those that have already concluded plans to give us land. We want to ignite agricultural revolution and continue to ensure food security for our people through the provision of our staple food at affordable prices for our people. We are also determined to invest heavily in our blue economy and improve the living standards and financial success of our fishermen. We recently signed an MOU with the Nigerian Navy for the establishment of Ibom Fish City, an ambitious project aimed at maximizing our comparative advantage in blue economy and provide security for our rural dwellers in the riverine areas. We are constructing model primary schools which will rank among the best in our nation. The first of such is currently ongoing at the Christ the King School on Wellington Bassey Way. We are replicating all of these models in all of our local government, and we are running the one project, one local government agenda. We believe that the foundation for enduring education starts at the primary school level, and the environment we expose our kids to will make the difference in their later educational pursuits. Education still remains free and compulsory at the primary and secondary school levels. We are confident with inviting and conducive environment we are providing through the model schools, complete with free uniforms, books, and shoes. There will be a huge increase in our enrollment rates. We are continuing with the payment of WAEC fees and subventions to the tertiary institutions. We are offering bursary to students of tertiary institutions after proper verification may have been done. I am aware that the bursary has already started to be released. Before I came here, I was told that over 2,000 students have received their bursary already. We have released 100 million naira to support the physically challenged students in tertiary institutions across our state. These are some of the things we are doing in our schools to improve education in all our schools. We are renovating some internal roads in the Akwa Ibom State University. We are also determined to support even with the Federal University in Ikorabasi. Our determination to open up our rural areas remains deep and abiding. We want to bring governance closer to the people, and we hope to achieve this by improving further the living condition of our rural dwellers. We will continue to construct access roads. We already have started in Ibom, Ibesikpo, Asutan, Ikorekpene, and Oron local government areas respectively. We will extend this to other parts of the state. The campaign promise I made to construct the Ndia Street in Uruakpanandem market has been fulfilled within the first 100 days of this administration. The Dakada oil palm is being restructured, and as I speak, we have transplanted seedlings to about 3 hectares already, and it's still counting. We have over 100,000 seedlings in our nurseries, and we want to work with the local communities to raise a proper outgrower schemes. We are working with the Ministry of Agriculture, the Directorate of Agric Investment, and the extension workers, known as AKHA. We will ensure that we make agriculture and we make the oil palm a hub in our state. We have started the one project per one local government. We've secured funds to construct lodges for local government chairmen. The first will be flagged off in December in AKHA. We are ensuring that our local government chairmen key into this rural development by living in their local government. We are determined to construct chairman lodge for all of them so that they have no excuse, in keeping to the resolution and the bill that the House had earlier passed. We are promoting the population of our social register. We know that we have the poorest of the poor live in the rural communities. The next 2 weeks will be going around to try and ensure that we populate the social register on a household basis and get all of them to be included in the social register. That's what we are doing. And to ensure accountability and effective monitoring of our project, I have set up a monitoring and evaluation team that is domiciled in the governor's office to ensure that projects are executed according to specification and within acceptable timelines. You may already have read that I have authorized the payment of additional 1 month's salary in December, bringing it to 13 months for our civil servants. This shows how much we care for our civil servants. This is in addition to about 5.3 billion naira that I have already approved and paid to our pensioners as gratuity. We have also cleared the backlog of leave allowance to our civil servants. We're doing the best we can to ensure that we have a government that is responsive to our civil servants and ensure that they enjoy working as a state, in our state. That's what we're doing. We pay very critical attention to their welfare. To maintain our status as one of the safest states in Nigeria, we have created a full-fledged Ministry of Internal Security and Waterways, and the Neighborhood Watch program have been initiated. This will provide jobs for over 5,000 youths and also help protect our assets in communities across our state. And to create further jobs for our people, I'd like to inform this Honorable House that the boots, the uniforms to be used by these neighborhood watchers are all made in Akwa Ibom. They are sewn in Akwa Ibom, they are produced in Akwa Ibom, and we are creating jobs for our young populace just in keeping with our campaign promises. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to inform us that Ibom Air continues to grow phenomenally. We are receiving, by the grace of God, the first of the 10 branded new Airbus from the first week of December. And we have met all obligations that was to be met in the last 6 months of our coming into office. So the first of the 10 Airbuses ordered will be delivered before the end of the year. I'd like to inform Akwa Ibomites that we will continue to keep faith with that airline, which of course is becoming the only airline that this country has. We are determined to support our small, medium enterprises. As we speak, we are training about 400 entrepreneurs in Ibom Leadership Academy in Uyo, and we are determined after they finished and graduate to empower them to continue their businesses. This is just the beginning. We'll support our market women, our people, to ensure that we run an all-inclusive government and support the small, medium enterprises, which is really an engine of growth in any economy. We're already blessed with world-class road network in this state and want to expand on this and ensure robust maintenance culture. Work is ongoing with our primary health care centers across the state. We will soon commission our ambulance services in all the local government areas of our state. And we are putting together the elderly people's home to give our elderly people a place where they can also recreate. I am a man of peace, and everything I have done since I came into office has been in fulfillment of what I have stated in my inaugural speech, that I will strive to reconcile our people and lessen the poisonous political atmosphere in our state. We are one, and politics will not divide us, and I hope our leaders will join me across political divides in ensuring that we do not manufacture non-existent issues to gain political mileage. All through, in the last 6 months, I have proven that I am a leader that will serve with humility, with candor, and with respect across all political divide. This is who I am, and this is not a makeup, and will continue to work in that light to reconcile all our leaders, because each and every one of them have contributed immensely to the growth of this state. I trust that very soon all of us will be able to come together, sit across the table, and share some bottles of understanding in what I refer to as happy hour. Mr. Speaker, as we review the performance of the 2023 budget, I'd like to inform you that a total of 850 billion was approved for the 2023 fiscal year, with a total recurrent expenditure of 394 billion and a capital vote of 455 billion. The breakdown is as follows. Recurrent expenditure, 394 billion. Capital expenditure, 455, 685 billion. As of September 2023, the total recurrent revenue collected was 326 billion 420, representing 80% of the prorated approved provision for the period January to September. The sum of 62 billion was realized from other capital receipts, excluding recurrent surplus. This represents 26.8% of the prorated approved provision for the period. A total of 135 billion was spent on capital programs within the same period, which represent 39.7% of the prorated provision for the period. Our capital budget expenditure is described in details in the budget implementation report, which has been prepared to facilitate your consideration of the draft 2024 budget. Highlights of the 2024 budget. In the 2024 budget, which we have christened the Arise Budget for Growth and Expansion, is predicated on the oil benchmark of 73.96 per barrel at a production rate of 1.7 million barrels per day, with an estimated exchange rate of 700 naira to a US dollar, in line with the national budget benchmark projections. National GDP has been projected at 3.76% growth rate, with the national inflation rate at 21%. The 2024 budget size. Government has proposed a total budgetary outlay of 845 billion 622 million naira for the 2024 fiscal year, as against the approved revised provision of 850 billion of 2023, representing a decrease of 0.5% from the 2023 revised budget. This is made up of recurrent expenditure of 352 billion and capital expenditure of 492 billion. State government revenue estimates. The total projected recurrent revenue for 2024 is estimated at 561 billion naira, as against the approved revised provision of 540 billion, representing 3.7% increase in revenue projection for year 2024. The breakdown is as follows. Internally generated revenue, IGR, 60 billion. Internally generated statutory revenue, 55 billion. Derivation revenue, 280 billion. 13% derivative revenue arrears, 51 billion. Exchange rate augmentation and others, 60 billion. Excess crude, 10 billion. Value added tax, 45 billion, totaling 561 billion. Recurrent expenditure. For the 2024 fiscal year, recurrent expenditure, which is proposed at 352 billion, is made up of the following. Personnel costs, 85 billion. Overhead costs, 141 billion. Social contribution and benefits, pension and gratuity, 41 billion. Grants, contributions and subsidies, 1.5 billion. Others, 83.2 billion, totaling 352 billion naira. The capital expenditure. The total capital receipts and expenditure for the year 2024 is estimated at 492 billion, as against the approved revised provision of 455 billion for 2023. A total projected capital receipt shows that 208 billion will be transferred from the consolidated revenue funds, while the balance of 284 billion is to be realized as follows. Opening balance from 2023 account, 60 billion. Direct credit, that is substitute and receivable, discounting facility, internal loans, 164 billion. External bank loans, 20 billion. Grants, 21 billion. Ecological funds, 5 billion. Reimbursement from federal government on roads, 2 billion. Other exceptional income, 10 billion. Stabilization account, 2 billion. Totaling 492 billion. Sectoral allocation. The sectoral allocation of the total budget outlay of 845 billion for the year 2024 is presented as follows. Administration, 174 billion, which is 20.6%. Economic sector, 538 billion, which is 63.7%. Law and justice, 15 billion, which is 1.9%. Regional, 0.449, less than 500 million, which is 0.1. Social, 116 billion, which is 13.7%. The Honorable Commissioner for Finance will, as usual, provide additional details on the sectoral allocation tomorrow, Wednesday, 22nd November 2023. 2024 budget implementation strategies. To realize the year 2024 budget objectives, the following strategies shall be adopted by the state government. Partner with foreign investors to invest in the relevant and key sectors of the state economy and undertake robust human capital development, widen the infrastructural base of the state through rapid industrialization and investment activities by providing enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. We are developing our industrial park, and work will go on steadily in that industrial park to provide land, water, steady power supply for our would-be investors. This is to enhance the availability of goods and services for domestic use as well as for export. Achieving at least 10% increase in IGR, eliminating evasion in payment of taxes, wastages, and leakages in collection and expenditure, and developing tourism potentials. We are launching the Akwa GIS, Akwa Ibom Geographical Information System, later this year. That will help us track our taxes, that will help us monitor our tenement rate payment, and we know that we will persuasively bring in a lot of taxes that will improve our IGR. And we'd like to inform Akwa Ibomites that we will need their cooperation in raising the bar in our internally generated revenue to be able to meet the commitments we have made on our RISE agenda. Stimulate the agricultural and agro-allied industries to boost production of local farmers to ensure food sufficiency for local consumption, as well as provision of raw materials for the industries. Expand and maintain infrastructure and services in healthcare delivery at primary and secondary levels to safeguard the state against any further public health emergencies after COVID-19 pandemic. We are also trusting that in the course of the year, we should be able to take head on the rising issue of kidney disease in our state. We're building in all the federal constituencies, we are going to build dialysis centers, and of course, we'll build a renal center in this state in the course of the year to help us take headlong that disease itself, which is really becoming rampant. We will improve service delivery in the educational sector with emphasis on culturally, morally, and technologically based education. We'll continue to empower women, our youth, through capacity building, empowerment, skill acquisition, and elimination of gender discrimination practices. We'll continue to enhance delivery of qualitative and prompt service by public servants through effective intra and inter-MDA collaboration by digitalizing our operations. We'll provide recreational and sporting facilities to increase life expectancy, boost sports development, ensure improved performance of the state representatives at local, national, and international sporting events. As part of our strategy, we will continue to strengthen the performance of and monitoring of our mechanisms with control units coordinating the ministries and all other MDAs. We'll improve physical transparency and accountability in all MDAs with emphasis on cost effectiveness in all our programs and projects of government. And we will strengthen the Bureau of Public Procurement to ensure that we continue to work in line with our processes. We will adopt the principle of cost minimization and waste reduction in all government expenditure. We will promote cultural and sports tourism to earn more foreign exchange for Akwa Ibom State. The Honorable Commissioner for Finance will, as usual, provide additional details on the sectoral allocations that we have made. But I'd like to say that we're going to do so much in our tourism sector so as to continue to make Akwa Ibom a destination of choice. I'd like to take the opportunity of this address, Mr. Speaker, to invite Akwa Ibomite as we kick off the annual Christmas festivities from the 1st of December, with each local government having a day to showcase their cultural heritage, their food, their dress sense, and I'd like to invite leaders in our state to identify with their local government and show themselves on the parade. I look forward to participating in as many as I can, but let me also say that at the end of the ceremony, the best local government to present their outing will be given an award. Let me reserve the award for now. I'd like to assure this Honorable House that we will continue to promote the values of Akwa Ibomites everywhere we are. We'll continue to work with Akwa Ibomites in the diaspora to ensure that we harness all of their potentials. And to make this happen, I've appointed the Senior Special Assistant on Diaspora Matters, who will help us coordinate all of our people. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker and honorable members of this hallowed chamber, I'd like to thank you very much for your kind attention. Once again, let us celebrate and thank the Almighty God for his mercies and goodness towards us. It is by his mercies that we will achieve all these lofty and noble goals enumerated in this budget as we march gingerly into the golden era of our growth and development. Therefore, crave your kind and expeditious approvals of these estimates so we can galvanize our people to arise and be all that God had intended for us to be. We assure you of our determination to the faithful implementation of this budget for the well-being of our people. As I end this address, I wish all of us good health, divine guidance, protection, joy, and happiness, and pray that it is well with Akwa Ibom State, and it is well with our sons and daughters wherever they are all over the globe. It is well with Nigeria, and it is well with all of us. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the 8th Assembly, thank you for your rapt attention. God bless Akwa Ibom State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Akwa Ibom, arise to the faith of greatness. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Former ambassador to Russia, Chief Honorable Deputy Speaker, and other principal officers and members of the House of Assembly present, the SSG, Head of Civil Service, Honorable Commissioners, Special Advisors, Honorary Special Advisors, Heads, Captains of Industries, their present, the leader and members of Congress of our former legislators and private states, the head of boards, commissions, especially the chairman and member of our Assembly Service Commission, the clerk of the House of Assembly, State Assembly, various secretaries, the honorable chairman, and other chairmen of the government council here present, senior citizens and members of the political class, labor leaders and other professional bodies here present, special invitees, our guests, the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure that I welcome you all to this Hello Chambers for the first time as the Speaker of the Head Akwa of Assembly for the presentation of the 2024 budget by Excellency Pastor Umo Eno, the Executive Governor of Akwa State. Firstly, let me give thanks to Almighty God for seeing us through victoriously during the last general election. I see this opportunity to also congratulate the governor officially for the first time with a gavel in my hand on his emergence as the deputy governor of Akwa State. The subsequent swearing in and victories at various courts. I believe that as we arise to that same God in prayers, our landslide victory in the 2023 poll shall continue to be reaffirmed, and in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we glorify forever. Amen. Permit me to say that today's budget presentation by the governor marks another milestone by this administration to legally implement the Arise agenda of the golden era, which chronicles the continuation of the ongoing renewal and transformation of our dear states, focusing on rural development and other key sectors of the economy. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we can clearly recall that a few months ago, Excellency Pastor Umo Eno invited all stakeholders and unveiled to us a blueprint of his dreams for our private people. Few months afterwards, we have witnessed major transformations in the health sector, several road construction, and other projects which today have brought so-called road users, particularly in the Akwa area and its environment. Indeed, almost every area that was mentioned in the campaign has been touched on the renewal effort of citizens. Another area we must also, as a house, of excellency is the appointment of a very cerebral and experienced lawmaker, particularly former Speaker of this House, in the person of Right Honorable AKHA Ibom as Honorary Special Advisor on Legislative Affairs, including other former lawmakers as advisors. Sincerely, the legislature is glad to have a governor that pays special attention to the legislative arms of government. We believe this nature by you, sir, will foster collaborations of power for the common good of our people on whose mandate we stand here today. Your Excellency, when I assumed office as the Speaker of this House 5 months ago, I promised to lead an assembly that will make and sustain positive impact on the life of our we promise to live up to the institution of teaming Akwa and to enact laws, by enacting laws that will aid socio-economic development and growth of the state. In this regard, we have made events for through legislations and resolutions that are changed toward giving legal backing to policies, programs, and other activities of this administration, as well as being a lifeline of His Excellency and rights agenda. So far we have prepared the two people-centric bills and 57 motions, some of which are still at committee stage, awaiting scrutiny and public hearings. This would not have been possible without the relentless support of our dear governor, and it is our expectation that those bills will be given due recognition when the governor assent is given to them. We have also through our various standing committees visited project sites to ensure due diligence and monitoring, so that the money appropriated by the legislature is expended to the lesser. Similarly, we will not fail in our duties to look at the nitty-gritties of 2024 budget for the purpose of ensuring that they translate into your Excellency's vision for white people. I assure you, sir, in other words, that this House, through effective oversight, will ensure that the year 2024 budget delivers on its promise to stimulate the economy of the state by focusing on infrastructural development, delivering inclusive growth, and prioritizing the welfare of our people. For this purpose, I enjoin all the ministries, departments, and agencies to furnish the committee of the House with the necessary documents that will aid the speedy passage of the 2024 budget. I further remind us that our duty to perform oversight function on every year is enshrined in Section 128 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. And as such, the cooperation of all the years is highly solicited. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, our state acquired was the land of promise, and I can say without any fear of contradiction that truly we are enjoying the peace and blessing that comes with the fulfillment of God's promise. I urge all of us to move beyond bias and continue to be seen as the great people, both within and outside Nigeria. And also, as the very blessed where good governance is the norm. Akwa is indeed the destination of choice. To sustain this variable status, therefore, I call on all Akwa to support the Arise agenda of Excellency as members. Again, I welcome all of us to this historic gathering and congratulate Akwa for the new dawn which I believe the 2024 budget is bringing to the state. Long live Akwa State pastors. Long live Akwa State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Honorable members, let me at this point call the Deputy Leader of the House to move the thanks.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Umo Eno. I represent the people of this state constituency, including our Chair and Chief for today, the Executive Governor of our Prime State, Pastor Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, and all members, on behalf of this assembly, we want to use this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency, firstly, on his election as Governor of Akwa State and his subsequent victories in the various sports in the country. Let me also use this opportunity to welcome His Excellency officially for the first time in what I would describe personally as part 1 of our 8-part series. Your Excellency, you are welcome to the Akwa State House of Assembly to present your first budget speech, and I'm glad you titled the Allied Budget for Growth and Expansion. As someone that keenly followed you throughout your campaign across the 31 local governments in the state, I listened to you very carefully as you responded on your vision, which translates into the right agenda. I'm very happy that the budget that you presented to us today covers every sector of the right agenda. And I'm happy that you have said your sectoral allocation, that this budget will touch on agriculture, touch on rural development, touch on infrastructure, touch on security, and most importantly, touch on education. Mr. Speaker, the total budget size as presented to us today by His Excellency is approximately 846 billion, with a total required expenditure of about 352 billion and capital expenditure of about 492 billion. Your Excellency, we as a House are proud of the fact that once again, Akwa State is leading the pack in the country as the estimates for the capital expenditure in 2024 expenditure by far exceeds the current expenditure estimates. And I think it's also worthy to note that for the first time, and I think in all the states that are presenting their budget so far, you're probably the first governor to present the total budget size less than the predecessor, including the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where a lot of people believe in a large budget size. I believe what Your Excellency is looking at is the percentage of implementation. We've seen that we're going to have some of these inflated budget sizes that we have, where some states that are not even at the of our mostly on budget estimate of about 1 trillion naira. They will choose that in our states that is not about the size of the budget, that is going to be about the percentage of implementation. So, Your Excellency, we want to use this opportunity to thank you again for the relationship we've enjoyed with you so far in the last few months. You've done a lot for us as a house, you've done a lot for us as a private people in the state in general. We have joined you on your planning of various projects, commissioning of various projects, and I'm very glad that you mentioned the issue of local government chairman today, because it shows that the efforts of this House of Assembly is not in vain. That when we pass laws, when we make resolutions, that the executive arm, under your legal leadership, will implement them. And that was a commend Your Excellency. Excellency, under the leadership of the Right Honorable Umo, who we are christening the transparent and working speaker of the State Assembly, what we want the private people to witness and what we want the private people to see is a departure from what some commissioners or entities will call separation of power. What we want to practice in our part of state and in this assembly is what the Right Honorable Speaker has termed collaboration of power, where the executive and indeed the legislature areas and the sanctity which we have trampled upon be restored, and the signs and arms, please respond this to the right condition. And that is the Speaker, I assume. Thank you very much.
The governor, and other leaders